with another tutorial. I'm Jody, and as you can see by my window, it's really dark outside. I've been up since about 4:30 this morning, and I am ready to actually make something pretty. So I hope you want to join me. We are going to make three minimalist necklaces, all at different lengths so you can layer them together. You know, I'm aware that layering is probably the hot thing right now, so I like to wear things separately, but I also do like to layer sometimes. And I do layer a couple of my bigger, chunkier pieces together, but I also like to wear them as single strand. So I want you to have the option using the Bargain Bead Box, yes, Bargain Bead Box subscription, and you can make your beads. You know, you can make your necklaces just the way they are and wear them one at a time or wear them all together. If you don't subscribe to Bargain Bead Box, it's okay. You can use whatever beads you have in your stash. We're going to use 3 different types of stringing material today, or not even stringing material, but chain and stringing material. And I have some big news. So if you don't have Bargain Bead Box, like I said, it's okay. You don't have to have it to make this. You can use any beads in your own stash. I'll go through what I'm using. But I just got a coupon code, you guys. I'm so excited. So if you use the coupon code Jody, when you go to Bargain Bead Box, I'll give you a link. It's my own link that takes you right there to it. And you can get your Bargain Bead Box for $2 off. So, or if you don't want to do that, that's okay. You can go to their store, Bead Box Bargains, and still use that coupon code to receive $2 off your order. So it's a cool deal, right? It's pretty great. So I am going to share that with you also in the notes. So if you need that and you want to get started and get your own Bargain Bead Box sent to your house, now's the time. You can do it. It's only, like, I think it's around, I think I pay around $20, 20 something a month. I can't remember exactly, but they send it right to your door. It includes the cost of shipping, so you're not paying the 20 something plus the shipping. You're paying your one flat fee, and they send you just so much. Like this bead box, this box was over $100 worth of beads and supplies. It was like huge. So many gemstones, so many beautiful things. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around and we'll get our early morning start on making something pretty. Maybe I'll change what I'm wearing today. All right, I have a bunch of stuff down here on my mat. So first I wanna show you, I am using some beading wire, some 7-strand bead-along wire, and I've cut off 23 inches of that. I have some of the Coreana chain, and I'll include the link where I got this Coreana chain. I cut 20 inches of that. And then I have some curb chain. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 6 pieces that are 3 inches long, and then 2 pieces that are about 2.5 inches long that we're going to be using. And like I said, we're going to be making, you know, 3 necklaces that you can wear all together or wear separately. And so it does fall in within our minimalist design, but it also lets you build up layers and enjoy all the different layers that you have. So we have, we're going to be using the swirl pendant that came in the box. I'm just going through what we're using here. I have my little bags. We have the 10mm striped agate beads, better known as Jupiter. We have some of the lapis and chrysola, which are actually called earth on the bag here. We also have the celestial metallic blue iris bicone beads in 4mm. We're using this beautiful sodalite triangle pendant. I'm sorry, I'm just reading off my bags, guys. 8mm jasper, tiger skin jasper, which represents Saturn. We have the 4mm lava stones, which is reminiscent of an asteroid belt. The 8mm aqua quartz, which is called Uranus. And we have some sodalite beads, which is Neptune. Have a few carnelian, which they call Mars. I have some for my own stash. Oh, and I have the crackle glass amber, which is Venus. And then I have for my own stash, I have some little teeny tiny bead caps. I am using some of the small spacers, the gold spacers. I have a bunch of different findings here. And these are from my own stash too. They're just little twisted like spacer discs type deal. So I thought they kind of looked like a galaxy too. So we're gonna just have fun with this, and we are going to actually start with the one that's going to be using all the chain pieces. So I would like to use, let's see. I know I definitely want to use these. And we're probably going to need some of these. And we're probably going to need some of these. And so we can set these aside, but we're also going to need some eye pins for this one. I'll get everything else off my mat so we can concentrate on our task at hand. Oh, and we're using this. Okay, so here we go. And I don't need any of that right now, but I do need all my tools. I got my cutters, my pliers, all that good stuff. So let me just, I'm going to adjust you guys because I just want to make sure you're able to see the full picture here. There we go. There, that looks good. And I have my coffee because I have not finished drinking my coffee. I don't know if you can see the inside of my cup. It says cat person. It's really cute because I am a cat person. Okay. So now that I'm drinking my coffee, let's move on here. So first we have our little galaxy pendant, which is really adorable. And we're going to need to put that on our chain here too. So what we're going to do though is we're going to put that jump ring on first. Let's grab our little jump ring. Hold on. Let me see. We're going to use 2 itty bitty jump rings instead. See how I'm changing my mind already and I just started? That's what you get with me, you guys. You get me changing my mind often. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just put both of these on there. Just so they're there. Hook one here. And I'm not wanting to hang the chain yet. Okay. And then let's get this one opened up. There we go. And maybe I'm having struggles this early in the morning. There. All right. And I'm trying to think of what I want for breakfast. I have some leftover bacon, and I'm thinking I might do like a bacon egg wrap or something like that. I think that just sounds good. I'm trying to wait longer to eat in the morning because I tend to eat too early and then I'm starving by like, I don't know, 10 a.m. It's ridiculous. So let's go ahead and bead on one of these little spacer beads. And I want to do these agate beads and just do another little spacer there. And we're just going to do simple loops with these, so it'll make it real quick. I ordered my groceries last night, so I have pickups to do today. I have the Aldi one, and I have my Meijer one to pick up today, and I've been doing it that way for, I don't know, the last couple weeks, and it really has helped me with time, and I love it. So I set them both for around the same time frame so that I can just sweep by one, whoever's done first, grab that, go on to the next one. And I'm also wanting to stop in because Aldi is right by Hobby Lobby. It's in the same little shopping center where I live. And I am wanting to stop by Hobby Lobby because I know that they have been marking stuff down because it's, you know, it's the new year, and I want to see if I can find any good deals on anything. I'll let you guys know. I'll, you know, make a quick video and let you guys know if I find anything worth swinging in there for. All right, so we have our first beads. And hold on, I see something suspicious with this jump ring. Just want to make sure it's closed all the way. I don't have my day eyes yet. I'm still working on my night eyes, even though I've been up. It's almost 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock, and I've been up for quite a while, since about 4:30, which don't ask me why, because that's just who I am. All right, so we're gonna hook one of these little links onto our jump ring on one side. Maybe. I must not have my day hands either. There we go. So I don't know how many of you like the grocery pickup idea, or is that something you take advantage of, or do you rather go into the store? I typically like to go into the store because I like to look at everything, but that's what gets me in trouble. I end up spending so much more money because even though something's not on my list, I'll see it and I'm like, that looks good. Let me get that. And I didn't have to buy any meat at all this week because we went to the butcher, about 2 weeks ago now with my mom, took her there, and we bought a huge package that had all kinds of stuff in it. So even though I wanted to buy some more chicken, I said, Jody, you have a package of chicken in the freezer. You have a bunch of meat in your freezer. The last thing you need to do is buy more meat. Make your menu around what you have. So that's what I did last night. I made my menu around what I have on hand, and I made my grocery list, and I actually am spending less this week, even though I still needed a lot of the what us Michiganders, I guess, would call taxable things. So we only pay sales tax on non-food items. So I needed paper towels and napkins and paper plates and, all that stuff that you end up paying sales tax on. Okay, so there's that part. And then let's get the other small chain on here. So this is what we're doing. We're making links and we're connecting them with chain. And it really depends on how many beads you want to use. You can use a ton of beads and not have as much chain, or you can have just a few beads and use a lot of chain, or you can do a little bit of both. Okay, there we go. All right, so next I would like to use one of these little wavy ones. This guy. Nope, I don't like that. Let's use the little gold spacer. And then I think we're gonna team up a couple of these here. So we're gonna do 2 beads on this one. And let's do the crackle and the tiger skin jasper together. And then we're going to just do another simple loop. Okay, let's go ahead and attach this to our chain. I'm not even really sure I'm going to need all these chain pieces, but if not, I will save them for extenders for the other necklaces in case I want them at different lengths later, depending on what outfit you're wearing, of course. That's how it always is. I mean, when you're wearing something that is like a longer top, like a tunic style, or you know how like the long sweaters are back in, and if you're wearing something like that, I know sometimes people like to wear longer jewelry with it. It just extends that length. So me, I don't really, I do that sometimes, but I don't. Like today I'm wearing a sweater that is meant to be longer. I have it kind of tucked in, so it's not longer. But I can definitely see if I wore it with like leggings and let the length show, that it would look really cute to wear something super duper long with it. Okay, we're just doing the same thing on this side, making it super uniform, I guess, which is unlike a lot of things that I do. I don't usually make a lot of things that are really uniform. So I'm waiting for a weekend where things will slow down for me so I can sit down. I really want to practice making the paper boho beads, and I want to be able to show you guys some that are made to see what you think. I learned them from watching Joey's channel on YouTube, and she did such an amazing job. And I also learned, I watched, yeah, I'm so sorry. I watched another one with the fabric ones, and I want to learn to make those too. I think I talked about this once on a video. I still haven't done it. I have all the supplies and I haven't really gotten there yet. I tried to make a couple and I didn't like the way they turned out. So it's kind of like back to the drawing board and let's try this again kind of deal. All right, so then we're gonna do some more chain. All right. There we go. So this is probably gonna be another busy weekend. We are going to visit my mom for a little bit today before I go grab my groceries, come home, put all that stuff away. And then and Shane's gonna be fixing, we have a leak underneath our kitchen sink. So he's gonna be fixing that today, which that doesn't have anything to do with me, of course, but I might need to be on standby in case he needs me to hand him anything or whatever when he's underneath the sink. And then we are meeting friends of ours for dinner tonight, friends that we are planning on going to Florida with, so we can kind of seal up some travel plans and how we're going to work everything. And then we also tomorrow I have church in the morning with my mom, and then I am coming home. Hopefully I could take a nap, because I know with all the running around that we'll be doing this weekend, I'm probably going to be exhausted. But hopefully I can take a nap. Hopefully I can do a video. And then we're going over to my sister-in-law's and her husband's house to have our game night. We've been trying to get together at least once a month for a game night. And we've been doing it for quite a while, and it's really just so much fun, and it gives me a chance to see my nephew Harrison, and he's so cute. So we're gonna try to go over there, and they're so sweet. They usually make dinner for us while we're over there, and she is such an amazing cook. Katie is just amazing. She's like such a good cook, and she has to follow strict eating diet because she has severe allergies. Like she actually, you know, really sick, could get really sick with like wheat allergy and other stuff. And so when you think about that, you're like, oh, restrictive eating is really, you know, it doesn't sound like very good recipes. She makes amazing food for having so many food allergies. I mean, you don't even miss stuff. There's things that we get so used to eating, and you don't miss it, honestly. If someone's cooking and they're cooking the right way, like I'm not that great of a cook. I'm better as a baker, I think. But yeah, I don't know. She's amazing. I am really struggling today. There we go, maybe. See, the problem is this curb chain is so tiny. I should have picked a little bit thicker of a curb chain, but I really like the color of the gold, and I like that it's not super thick. I want to stick to our little deal of being, you know, kind of focusing on some tininess. All right, so we need some more chain. Am I the only one that's super uncomfortable so I know that when you do grocery pickup, there's things that all over your store's apps or websites that, you know, say don't tip or don't tip. Anybody else really uncomfortable about not tipping? I mean, I don't know, but I also don't want to I don't want to feel bad if they say, oh, thanks, but I can't take it. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do. You guys tell me, because I'm kind of new to this. Like I'm a tipper, you know, of course, when you go get your hair done or you go to a restaurant. I mean, those are all things that you just know to tip. But I'm really struggling with the idea of not tipping somebody who is doing a service for me. You know, of course I get out of my car and I help them put it in my car, because they shouldn't have to do all of it. Like I've seen people just, you know, sit there, and that's fine. I mean, and they might have a reason they're just sitting there. They may not be able to move around a lot. So, you know, and that's fine. But I feel like I need to, because I'm able to, get out and help. So I get out and help. And I don't know if they appreciate it or not. I'm not sure if it's something that they like, or if they'd rather just be left alone and let them do what they have to do. I don't really know. But if any of you work at a grocery store that offers this service, and if you've helped people, you know, tell me, what do you like? Do you like somebody helping? Do you not like somebody helping? You know, if your place of employment says that you don't get tipped, do you still get tipped, and do you enjoy that, or does it make you feel bad? I mean, tell me what you think. I'm always looking for advice on little life things like this. All right, so let's make our other link. And I did the beads opposite from what I did before, just to make it a little bit different. I really enjoyed this box. I thought it was so great. I love how gemstone heavy it was. And you know, they're usually good about putting quite a few gemstones in their box anyway, but this one was extremely gemstone heavy, and it made me so happy. And I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to do enough tutorials to use the entire box like this, but if not, I'll have a lot of great beads to add to my stash, and I just want to do as much of this as I can. And I saw this morning I had an email that my subscription for next month is renewed, so that means you know, a couple more weeks, then they will be shipping that one out. So I really have a short timeline before the new one comes out, because I really want to finish up this box, and I really want to be able to do a showcase for it as well. All right, so now we're on our last 2 chunks of chain. So, which means we're probably not gonna need any more beads, because we're gonna put our lobster clasp and our jump ring on there. There we go. So I can put that off to the side. And I feel like this is just enough beads to make me happy. All right, let's go ahead and put our lobster clasp on there right away. Whoops, there we go. There's that side. And there's that side. Okay, so we did use all of our little pieces of chain, and we have our first necklace made. So here it is, here's our first necklace, and it's a good length. It's a really good length. So I will try them all on at the end separately and add each one on just so you guys can see what they all look like. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean this one up, and we will get started on the next one. Okay, I'm back. So the next one, we're going to use this really beautiful pendant, and this was the, where am I? The Sodalite pendant, I believe. Let me just make sure before I say too much. Yeah, it's the Sodalite triangle pendant. So we're gonna use this, and I do have the Sodalite and then the lapis and Crasiola beads. We want to use those, and I have some of the little blue bicones. I did grab my other spacers in case we need them. So just like with the other one, now this one I cut 20 inches of chain. So you may or may not want to do this length. I want this to be kind of a shorter necklace on its own, or shorter when it's layered, but I will probably add a small piece of chain for an extender just in case I would like to wear it a little bit longer. So I do have my chain here as well. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and use my jump ring to get my pendant on the chain. I'm grabbing a small-ish size here, probably a 6mm, 5 or 6mm. I'm sorry it took me like 4 days to comment back to you guys on YouTube on my last video, the Sam's bead box bracelet and earrings that I made. I'm sorry it took me so long. I need to go back and revisit the last few that I've posted so I can see and make sure that I have answered any questions that anybody had or anything like that. But I like to do that kind of stuff while I'm sitting here drinking coffee. But some mornings, me sitting here drinking my coffee is my bill paying time, is my grocery list time, is, you know, like other stuff too. So I have to try to have a balance. All right, so we're going to put those two little bicones on first. I really like those little blue bicones. They're so pretty, the blue iris. And then right from there, we're gonna go ahead and use a couple of these little gold spacers. And I am going to dig out some of these tiny little bead caps. If you love these teeny tiny little bead caps, you can get them at Karen's Facebook page. It's the Beads and Supplies Facebook page. I will share the link with you guys again. I've shared it in previous videos. She sells beads and supplies at really good prices. It's super convenient. She has everything laid out in really nice albums. So you can just grab an album of something that you're looking for, like a certain metal or a certain type of bead or whatever, and you can just shop the entire album. And you just tell her in the comments like how many you want, and she will add them all up for you. And she sends out billing once a week. So she just lets you accumulate whatever you need, and then she will let you know that it's time for invoicing, and she'll send you an invoice, and she does it through PayPal. So it's super, super simple and easy to do. All right, let's do another bead cap here. There we go. I love these little bead caps. I should probably just buy more. Like I usually buy 3 packs at a time, but I go through so many of them. I mean, I just love the size of them because they're perfect. There's just enough to cover a hole without being way over the top like a bead cap. But I do like big bead caps too. I mean, I just like all the jewelry making stuff. All right, so from there, let's go ahead and do, let me grab a few of these out. Let's do another gold spacer, and then another blue bicone, a gold spacer and a blue bicone, sorry. I think I said that wrong. Anyone else ever feel like there's not enough hours in the weekend? Like you need like 10 hours to do your stuff that you have to do. Then you need 30 hours to do stuff that you want to do. And then you need like 6 hours to maybe take a nap. And then you need like another 20 hours to do more stuff that you want to do. I need a longer weekend. And right now I have a vacation time freeze, so I can't use any vacation time, which really kind of stinks. But it's only because we're so short-handed. It'll be okay. But I will need to use some vacation time soon because my daughter, she's that poor girl. Let me tell you guys. I know you've heard all about my daughter, but so a couple years ago, she had a really irritating cyst on one of her ovaries, and they didn't want to, do any surgery on it. And it was, a decent sized cyst, and they didn't want to do any surgery on her because she's just had so many surgeries lately. And they thought, you know what, if we can get it shrunk down to where it's not going to be affecting her, then, that's a good thing to do. And she agreed, So the process that they ended up doing is they kind of put her into like a forced menopause for a year to help with some of her problems. And it worked for a little while, but that was a couple years ago this happened. And then recently it started acting back up again, and she's having some real issues again with it, a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain, and when she went for another appointment, it had actually grown. So now they do want to remove it. So I told her, I said, look, let me know when they figure out when they want to do this. I will take a few days off and I'll drive over and come stay with you and help you around the house or whatever you need. If you need me to go run to the store, I can run to the store, you know, that kind of stuff. And this is usually around the time of year that I go anyway. I usually go sometime in February or March. Her birthday's at the end of March, but we like to just celebrate it whenever I'm up there, as well as just me celebrating with her when I see her again. And so we were just going to make it, that is the weekend that we're going to go ahead and celebrate her birthday. But I kind of feel like that's a ripoff because she's not going to be feeling the greatest. And I don't think that's very fair. So I might have to make a second trip just to go have fun and hang out and we can go do our shopping and stuff. All right, so I think I'm going to add a few more beads on, and then this one's going to be done. So we're going to do, I have a couple more of, actually I need one more like that because these are all the other ones. Let me grab another one real quick. And there we go. So let's do bead cap. I'm trying to do these opposite too, just so that it's a little bit different. Okay. Oops. Oh my goodness gracious. I think it's time for me to have breakfast. I have one more necklace to do after this, and then I am going to go make some breakfast because I'm starting to get hungry now. And I want to definitely eat something before I go start running around town and getting things done, so I'm not tempted to swing into anywhere and get a little bite to eat, since I'm trying to eat healthier, and that wouldn't be healthy. So, because chances are, I mean, people always say, well, you can always get a salad. Oh, okay, if I'm going through McDonald's, I am not about to get a salad. That's just me though. I am getting some chicken McNuggets and some fries and a big giant, probably Diet Coke or iced tea. I just like the flavor of Diet Coke versus regular pop. I know it's not good for you because of all that sweetener, but I like it, so. All right. So we're down to our last couple little beads here for this one. So I got the most, I know I can say this on here because first of all, one, my husband's still sleeping. Second of all, he doesn't watch my videos. He doesn't watch them. Like he's fully supportive of me, but I mean, he's not into making jewelry. And I think that if he were to put them on, it'd probably be so that he could go to sleep or something. I don't know. But he is not into it. Anyway, so for Valentine's Day, I found, it's online. You can, let me see, hold on, let me grab everything I need here because I can't do two things at once for some reason. Need that and that. Okay. So let me just explain to you real quick. So he's a big University of Michigan fan. I'm sure you guys all know that by now. I think we've talked about it a lot, and you've been beating with me through football season. So it's apparent that he is a big fan. So anyway, there's this place online, and they take every article that was written like in a magazine or a newspaper, and they put it in a really nice hardcover book, and it's pages and pages and pages since like when they first started putting the U of M and you know, the football team in the newspaper. And then it's embossed, so you can have their name put on it. So I am so excited to get this because he is going to be floored, you guys. It's going to be so amazing. All right, so here's our other little minimalist necklace, and it's really, really pretty. And now, I don't know if I know most of you have used Coreana chain and know how to end it, but there could be some people that are new. We've had some new people join, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So if you're using the Coreana chain, you need these little clamshells. You need to put your clamshell on first. I had it on and I took it off to show you. All right, and then you need crimp tubes, and I recommend getting good crimp tubes. Beadalon, there's a couple other good brands out there. I think Beadsmith is one, but I really love the Beadalon brand. And then you're just going to take it right about close to the end of your Coreana chain, and you're just going to flatten it down and give it a good squeeze, but not too hard to where you could break the chain. See, I did not squeeze that one down hard enough, so let's do another one. And then you test it before you do your little clamp to make sure that you had it on there all the way. So squeeze a little bit harder than last time. Okay, we'll give it a little tug, give it a little test. Yep, we're good. Okay, that one stayed. So then you can just close this up around your crimp bead, and now you have it closed off. And let me grab another one. I'm gonna have to get my crimp tubes out again to grab another one because I didn't think I was gonna have an issue, but I did. All right, so here we go. Doing the same thing as last time. Give it a little tug. Good to go. All right. Then we'll close that up. Now we can put our jump rings and lobster clasp on it. I did not crimp down here because I don't mind that it's going to move around. It's okay. All right. So let's get our lobster clasp on here. Oop! I don't know if you saw that. That one just flung far away. I'll be sweeping the floor in here when I'm done anyway, so it's all right. And I have all the cats locked out for right now because the last video I did when they were in here, man, they wanted in and out, and they were just driving me bonkers, and they probably were driving you guys bonkers too. So they got kicked out today, and they will get plenty of love and snuggles later, but right now it's business time. So there we go. Got our clasp on, get our other jump ring on to attach together. And then if I try this on and I feel like it's too short, then I will put an extender chain on. Otherwise, I might just leave it. So for now, we're going to leave it until I try it on and see what I think. Okay, there's our other little necklace, and it's not too flashy over the top. It's got just enough beads and some chain to make it pretty. All right, I'm gonna get this ready for the next one. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I got the other stuff cleaned up, and we'll start stringing on our other ones here. And I have a lot of the gold spacers that we need. I also want to grab the other ones too. Oh, what did I do with them? I meant to do that while, oh, they're right here. So we have two different sizes. We have some little ones and we have some big ones. So we're gonna want some of these bigger ones too. The bigger ones, the ones I'm pouring in right now, those actually came in the Bargain Bead Box. These I had from my own stash. All right, so let's go ahead and start with this. So what we're going to do is I want the center of this to be let's see, like a carnelian, and then a couple of these spacers. There we go. And then another carnelian, another spacer, carnelian on this side, and a spacer. And then I want to go use one of the larger gold spacers. And then we're going to do a couple of the blue ones. So let's do this blue one. Am I the only one that loves threes? Like, things in threes for some reason make me happy. I don't know what it is. But it's gonna be kind of like a color block kind of situation. So we're just gonna do something a little bit different here. Oops, I put that on the wrong strand. I'm using a lot of metal in between. Sometimes I use hardly any. Like I use such a small amount that I'm sure it like frustrates people, but I really love beads and I love spacers too, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I would just want so many beads, just all the beads. Don't give me any metal, just give me all the beads. And sometimes I use a ton of spacers. Like this one is going to be a lot of spacers. All right, so now we're done with our big beads. We're not going to use any more big beads. That's it. So now it's going to be all these little tiny beads. So let's get one of these big gold spacers on each side. I think these are 4 millimeter, and I think these other ones are 3 millimeter. All right, so we have that. And then let's use one of these little bead caps and let's do some lava stones. So I want to do, I think to kind of keep like the same size, let's do 5 lava stones on each side. These aren't getting any spacers in between though. They're just going right on. That's 4 so far, and 5, and then end that with a bead cap. Then let's put our bead cap over here. This one's going to take the longest because it's a lot of stringing, but that's okay. Just keep on stringing. Okay, so that's what we have so far. And we're going to keep going. So now we're going to use some of these large gold ones, and we're going to do 5 of those on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then 5 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one's kind of cheating. It's not really minimalist, right? I mean, it has a lot going on, but we're doing the best we can. All right, so then let's go ahead and do another bead cap. So when I title this one, it'll probably say something like minimalist-ish. So bear with me, guys. A girl can only do so many single, like one little chain with like one little thing hanging from it. And I'm sure you guys will appreciate this necklace anyway. And there we go. And then let's do the same thing on the other side here. Oopsie. The only problem with these little teeny tiny bead caps, they're so tiny that I just drop them all the time. Five more lava beads. Let me see how many lava beads I have left over. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. And then I still have 3, like just left over. All right. So let's do that. Let's do some more of these bigger ones. 1, 2, remove that so I don't spill it, because chances are I'm going to hit it with my elbow and they're going to go flying and they roll everywhere. 4 and 5. All right, and let's do this side too. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we're going to do our last of the lava beads. Okay. Like I said, we ended up with 3 extra lava beads somehow, which that's fine. I can use them in something, I'm sure. Let's move those off to the side, get them out of our way. Okay, so here we are. This is what we have so far. And now we're going to go, you know what I think I want to do? I think I want to use just like one more in here. No, I'm kidding, I don't. Okay, so let's use some more of our large gold beads. So let's do 5 on each side. I say large, but they're 4 millimeter. Okay, get some more. And then we're gonna do another 5. Just trying to see where I'm gonna end up wanting to stop here. This one is going to be very metal heavy, huh? Or heavy metal, right? So Shane and I got some disappointing news last night. For one of my Christmas gifts, we love concerts. I think I've mentioned that before. We absolutely love concerts. One of my Christmas gifts, I am going to just throw 2 lava beads in here, is to go see Bryan Adams at the end of February. And he is on my bucket list. I love Bryan Adams. And so last night, got an email and the show was canceled. And I am so sad now. So sad. I really wanted to be able to see him. So they're refunding us, and I'm like, gosh, you know, it would have been better if they're like, it's postponed until whenever, you know, keep your tickets, but it just got canceled. So I'm bummed out, but then I'm also like, oh my gosh, I hope everything's okay. I hope he's okay. But it would have been really cool because the Eurythmics we're opening for him. And I thought that would have been really cool to see the Eurythmics and Bryan Adams. I don't know. I'm just really sad. Really sad. He's such an iconic, like, artist for my age of growing up, right? So he was all over the radio all the time, like always had like some new hit, you know, and I remember watching his videos on MTV. And all right, so we're getting close to wanting to be done here. And I did throw just 2 more lava beads in there. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. That's what we're doing. So now let's use some of our small ones. So let's go into these tinier ones, and let's use 5 of these because we're gonna get ready to close this off in a minute here. Put 5 of these on each side. Okay. And then, whoops. And then we'll get ready to close this off. Probably gonna do just a little bit more because I really do want this to be a certain length. So I guess there's like some fashion rules to layering. They're like, use one that has a lot going on and one that has a little going on, or something like that. And I'm like, who's making these rules? Like, who's making these fashion rules? You know, just like when people say that, you know, like I've heard people say that women over 40 shouldn't wear a dress that's past their knees. And I'm like, you know what? Have you seen Tina Turner? You know what? She was like, what, in her 70s, and she was rocking a mini skirt. I'm like, you know what? Just you wear what you want to wear, and you don't worry about what other people are wearing. I mean, if it's something that's going to cause them danger or whatever, I can see that. But saying that things cut off at a certain age is, I think it's very terrible. I mean, I don't wear mini skirts, but I mean, if somebody in my age did, I would be like, you go for it, lady. You do it. You do it up. I'll wear stuff that's just above my knee because I feel like that's where I'm comfortable. But what other people are comfortable with, that's up to them. All right, so here we go. Let's get the rest of our stuff out here. I have a couple of wire guardians. I have my crimp tubes. We need a couple of these jump rings. And we have our third and final necklace made. All right, so let's put our crimp tube on. And our wire guardian. All right, where are my crimping pliers? Oh, there they are, right where I put them. All right, so I'm going to crimp that on. I am going to order a new pair of cutters today because I'm getting really frustrated that I've ruined these cutters already. All right, so there's one side. And now we just want to make sure that this is all going to be on there correctly and not a bunch of big gaps and spaces, but not too tight either to where it's, like Wendy would say, stick straight or poker straight. I would love it when she'd say that. It would just tickle me. All right, so there we go. Now we can put our jump rings on and our lobster clasp on. I have one little teeny tiny lava bead left. Guess it's going in my bead soup. After all this is said and done, I'll hang on to it for now in case I just want to throw it in a design somewhere. But it's just one, and I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. He's lonely. All of his little friends got used, but he didn't. Maybe if I make a, maybe if I do end up making a connector, I will put him on my connector so he doesn't feel lonely. All right, so there we go. And we have this necklace done. Just like that. There we go. We have all three of our necklaces made. I will clean this up and I'll be right back and we will try these all on. All right, it feels like we've been doing this for like 12 hours because now it's daylight. All right, so let's start with one necklace. So we have this one and let's put that one on first. It's the one with the sodalite triangle pendant. Oops, ouch, I got tangled in my hair. That hurt. Tiny little hairs at the end of my base of my neck. All right, so here's our first one. Oh, I'm kind of glad I wore white because you can really see it. All right, so that looks pretty. Let's see if I can adjust that a little bit. So that's pretty. It's not over the top. It's kind of dainty-ish. So like this is our minimalist-ish design. So this one I can just put over my head. And we'll get it straight here. Okay, so there's the other one. And now this one, if I did it right, it should fall somewhere either in between or something. Moment of truth. Okay, so this one's going to need an extender because I apparently did not measure correctly. But look, that's my mistake. So let's take some of these off just so you can see one at a time. So this one I'm going to put an extender on because it really should be right about here. Or if I wanted to, I could have made it shorter and put it right about here. So see, that's where I was off. I was still using my fog sleep brain when I was measuring and trying to calculate. See guys, that's why I don't do math on the weekends. That's why I don't. All right, so let's take some of these off. Let's just see what that one, I'm gonna see what this one looks like by itself. See if it looks like too like crazy big. Oh, I still have some of my sorry silk attached to my body. Okay. All right. So these look cute together though. I mean, even if I like shortened it and made it a little bit shorter, these two would look really cute together. All right, so let's take this other one off. Seriously, where's it all coming from? All right. Oh, I actually like this one by itself. I think I'd wear this one a lot. I like the way that looks. It's just very, I don't know, it's just different. Very blockish, which I like. I like that. I'm not usually this uniform. Like I don't usually like things that are that uniform, but I really like the way this turned out. I think I like the colors. All right, so that's it. So I'm gonna actually add an extender to this, and then that way it can be worn a little bit longer like I had intended. So you guys like it when I keep my mistakes? There's my mistake. I'm not going to go back and erase my error. I am not going to do that. We made the video. We all make mistakes, and how I'm going to remedy that is next time I'm going to be a little more careful with my measurements, because I think maybe I just had these two too close together, and in my mind I was thinking it was going to be longer than that. I don't know. Don't ask me what I was thinking. I didn't really have that much coffee yet at that point, so I wasn't fully awake. But how you can remedy that is you can always add an extender. It's easy, right? So you just need a little chunk of chain, and you need just a little jump ring. You can hang a little bead from it, make it really cute if you want to wear it shorter. But if you want to layer it with something and you want it a certain length, then you're good to go. So it's not even a mistake. It's just not even a mistake. It just makes you make your necklace more versatile. That's what we're going to go with. So anyway, you guys have a fantastic Saturday. I hope the day is good for you. I hope all your things that you're wanting to do happen. I hope all the things that you have to do, that you feel productive and you get the things done that you needed to get done, and you can sit back at the end of the day and say, look what I did. I did some great things today. I want you guys to have a beautiful Sunday tomorrow. I might be doing a video tomorrow. I'm not really sure. I'm kicking around the idea of maybe trying to do like a Facebook Live one day, just to see like if you guys would like to do something live. Maybe we can, I can give you guys like a list of things that I'm going to be using in advance, and then, you know, grab all of our stuff together and like we can make like a bracelet together or something. Let me know if that's something you might want me to dig into in the future, because I can definitely look into that. So that's all I have. All right, I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to go get some breakfast, and I'm going to head over and see my mom before my groceries are ready, and get my groceries and come home and maybe take a nap. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. God bless you all.